All right, so most of you guys woke up today at a certain point, and I don't know if any of you guys have a Walter, but if you can get one of these guys, I highly recommend it. They are super cool to get your day started just right. He wakes up in a good mood, you know, he's ready to go. How do you wake up though? You know, I just did a short video, I was inquiring, and I'll just kind of repeat it on this one. And the question is, do you remember when you woke up today? What was the first thing on your mind? Do you know? Think about it for a moment. See if you can go back in your mind, bring yourself back to that point when you first came to consciousness, before you even opened your eyes. Do you remember what you were thinking? What did you think of yourself? What did you think of your life? What did you think of your day? And was it just automatic, or was it something you intended? Because the automatic thoughts, often they can be stressful, anxiety producing. Thoughts of fear, thoughts of resentment, thoughts of anger, thoughts of low self-worth, negative self-image, limitation, degradation, grief, anxiety, stress, just depression. Well, those states are the results of your thoughts. Your thoughts and your thoughts alone. Most of us think that we feel the way that we feel because of the life that we have. But actually, we feel the way that we feel because of what we think about the life that we have. What we think about ourselves, what we think it all means. It's all coming from us internally. But we project it outwards. We say, well, if this thing happens, I'll feel pretty good. But if it doesn't happen, I'm going to feel pretty crappy. Not going to be happy. But that's making ourselves dependent on the world to show us how we should feel. Now, does that make us sovereign beings? Clearly not. That makes us slaves. We're dependent. If the world shows me this, I'm happy, I'm elated. But when it all comes crashing down, I suffer. And I'm hopeless and helpless. No way to live when there's infinite capacity for joy and gratitude and appreciation and love and connection and expression and creativity. And these things are not dependent on the external world. They're actually inside of us, just waiting to come out, waiting to be given the permission to pour forth. But when we start the day right with a positive thought, with a mantra, or with an appreciation or gratitude practice, or even with good physical exercise and some quietude and meditation, all of these things will begin to build a foundation for what our day is going to look like. And not just our day today, but each day that we practice this, we start to gain more and more control over our state, more and more control over our minds and bodies and our emotions. And in this state of greater capacity, we have more creative power. We have the ability to create and shape our lives with more energy, more power, more joy, more love, more expressiveness, more freedom, yes, freedom. That's why I take this guy out here for a walk, because he gets to be free, no longer constrained by the chains of his leash. I don't know if you guys heard that. He snorted as soon as I said it. He's like, oh yeah, that's right, freedom. That's what it's all about. But if we are slaves to the world and dependent on the world to show us how we should feel and think, we're not free. We've given up our freedom. We've given it over to a power greater than ourselves, the world. But the world's actually not greater than you. The world is inside of you. The world is made of you, and you are made of the world. And there's no difference between the world and the simulation. This world is a simulation. And you can make it into whatever you choose. You can make it into a story of adventure and triumph or one of sorrow and degradation. And it may include all of these things. And your past may include lots of sorrow and degradation, as well as joy and exaltation. But what is your state now? What is your life showing you now? And how are you taking command of your mind and emotions and heart so that you can bring the best of yourself to the world? So if you don't have one already, I cannot stress this enough. A morning routine, one specifically where you intend the mindset and the emotional state that you want to have, so that you're not just left to caprice. Oh, if the world shows me good things, I'll be happy. If the world shows me bad things, I'll be miserable. That's no way for us to live. Because oftentimes the world shows us great things, but we still feel miserable. Have you ever noticed that? You ever look back on your life and think like, wow, 10 years ago, I'm living the life of my dreams 10 or 20 years ago. Like, I never thought I could have this much freedom and capacity, financial abundance, security, sense of self, confidence, health in the body, spirit of adventure, all these kinds of things, all the awesome things that I get to do with my life that I've created. But oftentimes we're so focused on the next thing that we forget how far we've come. We forget that this is a cause for joy right here, right now. Even if conditions aren't perfect, even if conditions are challenging, it's still a cause for joy. Because if you take that under your command, you begin to take the reins, and a well-adjusted, content, happy, successful, fun-loving, adventure spirit tends to create a life of magic. Whereas depression, anxiety, misery, fear tend to create more of the same. So don't make yourself a victim of life. Take command. Take your command. Start your morning right. Get yourself a meditation, a mantra, a routine, something that's going to spark joy, appreciation, creativity, contentment, fulfillment, love. And then stay with it. Cultivate it. Make it your normal. Make this your normal every day. So this is what I've been instructing. We've been working a lot in my group, helping people to cultivate these qualities and these routines, these habits, these mental habits, emotional habits, habits of the mind, habits of the body that lead to growth, attainment, fulfillment, success, happiness, wonder, and ultimately living the life of your dreams. You have to start living it to some degree right now. Don't wait. Don't wait. Choose to feel good. Create the state that you want to live in. Don't be dependent on situations to make you feel a certain way. Sure, they can help. Create situations that improve your quality of life, that make you happy. But if you're not experiencing those conditions right now, don't let that be a hindrance to your freedom. Just accept this is where I am right now, but it's not a marker of my worth or where I'm headed. So I may as well be happy, enjoy life, and feel fulfilled now, because why wait? If you wait, you're at the effect trying to change the cause. If you start now, you are at cause. And you will see the fruits immediately. In your heart, in your mind, in your emotions, and your life must begin to mold itself in accordance with those mental and emotional attitudes and stances. All right, so let me know what your morning routine is. If you have one, how's it working for you? If you have any questions about what you're doing or some suggestions you'd like, some advice, by all means, you can reach out. And I hope you're having a fantastic day. Love you. Get yourself a Walter if you can. Can only help. All right, until then, my friends, I'll see you on another one. Much love.